Hey, what's going on? This is my second out-of-theater reaction of the day. Thanks, appreciate anyone who's watching this. If you're watching this on any of my social medias or on my YouTube channel, Not Your Average Josh, hit that subscribe button and also leave a comment and leave a like if you're watching it on there. But yeah, this is my out-of-theater reaction for the new movie Haunted Mansion. Of course, the remake of the one that Eddie Murphy was in. That actually, my mom just told me recently it was actually the first movie I believe I saw as a kid, going to the theaters to see it. And I honestly don't remember much from that movie. I remember it wasn't too good, at least from what I'm watching as a kid. I did watch it every now and then, but this movie, ever since I've seen the trailer, my expectations have been pretty low with this. Again, not being too much of a fan of the first movie. The cast seemed pretty interesting, but again, my expectations were pretty low, and I can say, this movie definitely met my expectations, so I don't know if that's a backhanded compliment or a backhanded insult, which one that is, but this movie didn't really work too much for me overall. I saw what they were going for. I like some of the spooky elements that were with this movie, but overall, I think the humor just was very hit or miss, and more often miss for me in this movie. It just felt very flat. I think the direction overall, I think Justin Simien is the director for this, and the only thing I really know he's done is he did the screenplay for the movie Dear White People, and also he created the television series, so not too familiar with him, but I just thought that the direction just felt very flat with the humor, and then just some of the dialogue, and I think a lot of it had to do with there's just so much CGI in this movie. I can imagine it just has got to be hard for some of the actors to really show true emotion in some of these moments when they're dealing with this CGI. I mean, like, so much of this movie, and it works in some moments because a lot of it is dealing with like spirits and stuff like that, but then there's just some, like, a couple moments with like animals where you're like, okay, that obviously looks so artificial, it just kind of takes me out of the scene. And then the story overall is just pretty generic, honestly. Like, nothing really pulled me in. I really had to focus on keeping my interest, especially through like the middle portion of this movie. It just felt very flat. That's really what my main experience with this was overall. And look, the actors, Lakeith Stanfield is really giving his all. You have Jamie Lee Curtis in here showing up wearing an extravagant outfit. Rosario Dawson, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, a nice little assortment of cast here, and they all were doing, I think, their best here, but I just thought the direction for what they had to do in certain scenes, it just, again, just very flat. Repeated myself multiple times with that in this reaction, but that's just really my main feeling going out of this. Appreciated a lot of what they were going for. You have a finale that, again, like most of the movie, just felt kind of very generic, and there wasn't anything really with the story here that just pulled me in, and especially after watching a movie like Talk to Me, which if you haven't seen my reaction to that, wherever you're watching this, go check that out. I really enjoyed that movie, one of my favorite movies of the year so far. So going to this movie, and especially after watching like Barbie and Oppenheimer recently, this is definitely a movie that I think is really, it's going to probably struggle to make some money. It wasn't too many people in the crowd with me tonight. A lot of people, again, seemed like they were going to see Barbie. So this movie just, I don't know if I could say disappointment, because again, my expectations were pretty low to start with. It's not a horrible movie, just pretty flat and generic. That's really the main thing with this movie. So definitely not a positive recommendation from me. Wouldn't say absolutely don't go out and see it, but with your other selections that you can see in the theater right now, I would say go and check out something else probably. So yeah, that's just my quick little out of theater reaction for the new Disney movie Haunted Mansion.